Do you not like Darkworlds? Do you hate getting card destruction first turn and them going exploding and winning? Do you hate them going Darkworld dealings and just going bananas and just OTKing you? Well, not to worry any longer. We have Reign-Beaux. So this is a very deck-oriented side card, but it's still really fun and it's very efficient. So I'm Ray from Ray-Lusted, and I'll be going over the pros and cons, and as well as the deck matchups for this card. So just some quick card overview. Reign-Beaux, Overlord of Darkworld. So it's basically when it's discarded by your opponent's card effect, you can special it from the graveyard, and then when special summon this way, you can either Raigeki them or Heartbeat's Feather Duster them. So this is really awesome if you hate Dark. It's also special summon too. So it's a free 2500 attack beater, 1800 defense. It's level 7, so maybe you could do some XC plays with it. And it's really good against Darkworld. So I'll go against pros. Pros about this card: no one expects it because people are usually expecting stuff like Soul Drain, Shadow Empress, DD Crow, Gemini Imps if they're playing Darkworlds. So it's pretty much impossible for them to stop this card. So they go Darkworld dealings, they discard a card. You draw a card, and then you special this. So you plus already because you get a card on the field. And then you usually, if they have Darkworld dealings, well, not usually, but sometimes they'll have like gates or back row on the field, so you can pop that. And chances are they haven't set their Starlight yet, or they're not running Starlight. Especially if they're card destruction, they set all their spells and traps first, and then they discard all their monsters, right? So they can get the pluses. So, and then they discard their cards. Use special Reign-Beaux from your hand. You call spells and traps, and they lose like 4 cards or 3 cards. This is really fun. It's quite devastating. It's a dark monster, so if you're running Chaos, I mean, it's pretty effective. You can get it Dark in the Grave. As well as it's a fiend, so it also works with gates, so maybe you can push over some of their monsters. Definitely not Grapha, but you can push over some of their other monsters like Snow or Trans Archfiend if they choose to play those. If you have it in your hand and you have a feeling they have dragged, or like you're scared of dragged, then just overcommit to the field, or like just set a bunch of spells and traps. And then, because most likely they want heavy because they have gates too, unless they're going for game. So if they play dragged, this will be the only card in your hand. So you discard it, they don't get a look at your back row, and then you special summon it, and then you draw a card. So it's pretty crazy, and you kill their spells and traps, because usually they set their spells and traps before they play drag too. So that's really fun. Let's see, going into some cons about this card. Basically the number one con is that, another pro is that it's really cheap and easy to get. Okay, going on to cons. This is a very deck-oriented card. I mean, pretty much it's only good against Darkworlds, and if you're feeling really, how do I put it, confident or really risky, you can put it against Fabled if you see any of this, but that's really rare. And so this is basically 2 side deck spaces. So, I mean, if you have space and you're scared of Darkworlds, this is a good choice. And let's see what else. If they know you're playing it, if you go into game 3, they'll side out their Darkworld dealings, because Darkworld dealings is this guy's best friend. Sorry, it's this guy's best friend, so they'll side their Darkworld dealings out. So you just have to remember, maybe side 1 or 2 of these out for other cards, because they'll know that you have Reign-Beaux and they'll be very scared. So basically, Reign-Beaux is an iffy card, and it's only good against Darkworld, but it's really funny if you get it off, and quite effective. Going into deck matchups, this is good if you have a deck that needs to use the graveyard. I'm pretty sure Soul Drain interferes with your graveyard too. And it's also good if you're running a lot of darks, because Shadow Empress will hurt your monsters too. So you don't side in Shadow Empress, and you kind of bluff the Darkworld player, because some of them side Decree just because of all those bad traps that hurt them. They'll side Decree in, and then you just play this, and then you just wreck them. And it's really good if you're playing, let's see, Darkworld as well. If you're in a Darkworld mirror match, then you side this in, but you really don't have to. I mean, you could, but the second effects from all the other Darkworld monsters are generally good enough. And let's see, it's good in Chaos, as I stated before. And it's good if you can go for mass exceeds, especially if you're going for rank 7s. And yeah, so it's Ray listed here. Tell me if I missed anything. Maybe you can try out this card and see how funny it is and show your friends. So yeah, it's Ray listed here. I'm Ray. See you guys. But you can either Raigeki them or Harpy's Feather Duster them. So this is really, really awesome if you hate Dark. It's also special.